I published my first book in 1987, and it was really funny. It was a collection of my listener columns, and I'd never actually thought about going to a publisher. I had this very successful consulting business, and I was making lots of money, and I thought, oh, well, why don't I make a book? That's a really good way to spend $100,000. And I had all the bits down on the floor. It was like a jigsaw puzzle, and I was just hooked. I loved it. And straight away I thought, this is something that I really want to do. Well, I think the more successful you are, the more competition you're going to have, because people are going to want to emulate what you've done because they see, oh my gosh, that works. So probably the most important thing for me is you never look back. You're just always looking forward. And having that idea of being really open to new thinking, fresh ideas, innovating. We've just made a new book, which I'm incredibly proud of. And I look at it and I think we've just upped the bar again, you know, and in a way, it's about working with a team of people who share that same commitment to be the best you can possibly be. So if you're always going to something with that ethos, then you'll bring your own take to whatever the project is, with your own creativity and with all of the values that go with it. I think that I measure success in several ways. Obviously, you need to make sure that your business is financially viable, because you have to reinvest. So it's really important that you're making enough money that you can double down. I think it's also really important for me. Success has been about having a team around me that are like-minded and share my values, and that way collectively we can get to a very exciting place. And thirdly, it's about relevance, that if I've done something and it's made a difference in someone's life, then that really is the bit that emotionally pushes my triggers. Two things that I've been told about business that have been really important and I've always kept in the back of my mind. One is, get the best lawyer you can and never think that you can't afford a good lawyer, because at the end of the day, especially in the media business, it's all about contracts and IP, and we own all our IP. We're probably unique in the world for owning all our IP over everything. And the second thing was that when it gets hard, it's going to get harder. So you get to that point where you're absolutely exhausted and you've got nothing left, and you just have to keep going, because it's that bit of keeping going that will make the difference to take you to the next place. You'd be naive to say that there aren't going to be challenges. There are always going to be challenges, and at the moment the biggest challenge that we all face, especially in the media business, is it's just business disruption. You know, there's no such thing as a roadmap. And so there's a huge challenge at the moment to try and work out what is the model and how can you make it work, because more and more people are buying books off the internet, less and less people are buying books, more people are engaging in media on so many different platforms, so it's very fragmented, which makes it very expensive. So it's an ongoing challenge, and that's the thing. I think one of the things I learned about business is that it will always be challenging. And the minute that you think it's not going to be, that there's going to be this little golden light at the end of the rainbow where everything's going to be fabulous, well, it just doesn't exist. Or if it does, then probably your business is dead. The next phase for us business-wise is to see if we can be successful in being relevant in lots of other markets. So our series goes to 93 countries now. We publish our books in about 9 different languages. And we're about to launch in America in April next year. So that's pretty exciting.